Good morning, New Canaan High School. I'm Dom Maitino coming to you live from the NCTV studio. Today is September 29th and a day D.
And I'm Annie Manalia. We're here to give you the latest news, including the club fair and the student of the month. But first, may everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republics for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The club fair is going on right now in the cafeteria. Freshmen, sophomores, and new students can go to learn about schools, clubs, and extra co-curricular activities. Freshmen should report to the cafeteria during period 4, and sophomores should report at the beginning of period 1. And here's a live shot of the scene.
Coming back to NCHS is the Student of the Month. At the end of each month, teachers vote on a student that they think exemplifies the ideals of NCHS. This month, the Students of the Month are Annabella Quinza Godard and Elizabeth St. George for 9th grade, Casey McCall and Theo Nelson for 10th grade, William Cummins and Kiara Russo for 11th grade, and finally, Sydney Ken and Spencer Reeves for 12th grade. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations, guys. The Somewhat Virtual Book Club is excited to announce that film producer and author Emily Ziff Griffin will be participating in an online discussion on November 1st throughout Woo Hangout. You will be able to ask her questions about her life as an author and her books. NCTV spoke with Riley O'Neill to find out more. If you'd like to join the virtual book club or find out more information, please contact Riley O'Neill or Ms. Lula.
This Tuesday, progress reports will be available on the portal. Students make sure to check for updated grades and teacher comments. On top of that, SAT reasoning and subject tests will take place next Saturday, October 7th. So if you haven't already, it's time to hit the books and get some last-minute studying in.
Oh, I'll definitely be hitting the books this weekend, Dom. The art department is looking for a committee of students to organize the upcoming themed of all media art show. This gallery committee meeting will be held on Tuesday, October 3rd at 2:15 in room 237. The department looks forward to seeing all of those interested in planning the exhibit.
Well, Annie, I heard about the soccer game on Wednesday, and I also heard it was pretty intense.
Speaking of works of art, though, some of our sports teams and Picture Perfect wins had Picture Perfect wins this past week. To find out more, let's hand things over to Schaefer Jones. Schaefer, can you fill us in?
I sure can, Annie, and I'm absolutely happy to do so. So let's make like Kool and the Gang and get down on it. I'm Schaefer Jones, and this is the Rams Sports Report. Let's start things off with girls swimming and diving. Last week I mentioned that the girls were the only undefeated team left, and that still remains true. After a slow week, the girls faced off against West Hill yesterday and absolutely rocked the Vikings 100-81. The girls look to just keep swimming next Wednesday as they compete against Norwalk and Brian McMahon. Now on to field hockey. While the girls don't hold a perfect record, they can't get much closer. And last week I reported that the girls were off to a rocky start, which I'll admit was slightly off. While the girls did fall to Cheshire, it was only a scrimmage and does not count to the regular season record. This past Monday, the girls looked to extend their winning streak to 2 against a tough Ridgefield team trying to bounce back from a recent loss. As always, NCTV was there for the action, so let's roll the tape. We pick it up 3 minutes in, and already the Rams were on their toes as Ridgefield's Sammy Petrozelli hands it off to Katie Peters, who taps it in for the goal. Tigers go up 1-0. Now later in the half, the Rams would respond with about 6 minutes left as New Canaan's Estelle Asker drives the ball right into the corner of the cage, game tied 1-1. Now, aside from some early offense, both goalies were on the tops of their games as Ridgefield's goalie Elizabeth Kaiser had 6 saves and New Canaan's Emily Gaeta tallied 4. In the second half, the defensive battle continues, but the Rams gain the lead as Captain Sierra Smith McFakey Danglefest past the defender and crosses it over to Lauren Sturm, who puts it in with authority. Now, that looks great. Now, despite having a couple chances to have something happen, the Tigers couldn't capitalize. The Rams prevailed, knocking off the Ridgefield Tigers 2-1. So with that win on Monday and loss to Norwalk yesterday, they now sit at 4-2. The girls have an exciting week coming up as they take on rival Darien on Tuesday. Be sure to show up and support the girls. Now let's bend it like Beckham over to girls soccer, where the girls are having a roller coaster of a week. The team steamrolled the Trinity Catholic Crusaders 5-0 on Friday, and this win had been their third in their last 4 games. But the girls would eventually lose some steam later in the week, falling to Trumbull on Tuesday and Fairfield Ward on Thursday. The girls will try to bounce back next week with a win over Ludlow on Monday. Now over to the boys squad. Sitting at a record of 1-5-2, the guys' season isn't exactly off to the start that they had hoped for, but things aren't always as they seem. The guys had a couple of really close games this past week, losing 2-1 to Trinity Catholic on Friday and 1-0 to Trumbull on Monday. But the absolute highlight of the week had to be their matchup versus Fairfield Ward Wednesday night. In a back-and-forth battle, the boys were in it the whole way, mainly due to the superb play of senior Alex Zarikos. I mean, seriously, forget beast mode, he went full Greek mode. I'm talking bicycle kicks, corners, McFakey, Danglefest. He threw everything in the kitchen sink at these guys, racking up 3 goals in the process. But it wasn't enough, as the boys would end in a draw 3-3. But the L isn't the story this week. It was the buck wild play by Alex Zarikos that's enough to make him our Ram of the Week. That was excellent. So, Alex, congratulations to you. The boys are hoping to get a win next week against Ludlow and Norwalk, and as I'm now running out of time, I say we head over to cross country, get in a couple last-minute scores. Both the boys and the girls picked up their 7th victories on Tuesday, now sporting the same records of 7-2. For the girls, junior Elena Tiller finished in 4th place in the 4,000-meter race, leading the Rams with a time of 16:35. Falling behind in 5th and 6th place spots were Georgia Stewart and Elizabeth Greer. With performances as good as those, the girls were able to top Ward and Stanford, but not the Greenwich Cardinals, who took first. Similarly, the boys beat 2 teams and lost to 1, defeating both Greenwich and Stanford, but falling to Ward. As we so often see, senior co-captain Matt Kognitsky was a top finisher, taking 4th place with a time of 17:21 in the 5,000-meter race. Both teams looked in peak form in this contest and hope to continue their hot streak going into next week. Now, just like Jake Elliott's 61-yard field goal, it's time for me to put this one away. This has been Schaefer Jones with your Rams Sports Report. Thanks for joining me.
Tom and Andy, back to you guys.
NCHS athletics never fails to impress me. Thanks, Schaefer. Now, with this amazing weather we've been having, I'm surprised summer's officially over.
I know I am too, Arnie. Annie, it's hard to believe that fall is already upon us. So let's go over to Luca Triant, who can give us this weekend's weather. Luca, how's it going?
Well, guys, it may be fall, but it looks like summer doesn't have any plans of letting go just yet. It's no secret that this week has been extremely hot, and comparing temperatures to last year, we're seeing a record increase. For example, if we look back 1 year ago, the high was 59, while today it will reach a high of 68. Good morning, NCHS. I'm Luca Triant. This weekend, we're set to see much more cooling off, so let's get to the report. Today, we're seeing amazing sunny skies, like I said, with the high of 68 dropping down to the low 50s. It may sound like a great day, but don't let that sun fool you. Make sure to wear something cozy tonight, as temperatures fall to levels that we haven't been used to just yet. On Saturday, however, some clouds will be rolling over to block some sun, making the day colder with a high of 63, dropping into the low 40s. This will be our first reminder that winter is coming, so brace yourselves for this chilly day. Sunday, though temps are rising again, is looking just like Friday. The high is reaching up to 68 with a low of 49. Dom and Annie, believe it or not, these next week's temperatures are rising. So always keep your shorts and t-shirts at close hand for these last few real summer days.
Thanks, Luca. Now, before we go, we would like to wish a very happy birthday to Vivian Ding, Bridget Forrestal, Lorelai Nadler, Tommy Saida, and Charlie Woodman. If you have any announcements, be sure to email us at nctv78@gmail.com or tweet at us at nctv78 a week before the Friday broadcast. This has been Annie Manalia.
And I'm Dom Maitino. Have a great weekend, NCHS.